Hey, you know how when you have a challenge, you can feel really alone because you feel like you're the only person in the world with that challenge? Well, I want to share my book with you because I think this might help. Because when I was growing up, I had a challenge and I thought I was the only one and I thought I was the worst. And it felt really alone. And my mom kept telling me, everyone has something. And then I sort of put that in my back pocket and became a teacher, and I teach students with learning challenges. And I would tell them that even famous people have struggles, and they would say, "What? No way." And when they started feeling better, the world just opened up to them and they found some strategies to make learning easier. So, my hope is that, and the whole reason I even wrote this book, is that I want to be able to share that hope and that inspiration and that feeling of, I'm going to find a way, because that is what it's all about, especially right now when we are staying at home and undergoing a shared challenge of sheltering in place and making it through this pandemic. So, with all my love, I would like to share my book called Everyone Has Something. And if you stick to the end, I will share some author secrets. So, this book has a foreword by Michael Pritchard, and he is a person who writes TV shows and is a really great personality, a good advocate for people who are going through some challenges too. And when I met him at a conference, I was lucky enough to be getting an award, a teacher award. And he sat by me at the table and said, "Oh my gosh, that book is such a great idea." And so he was the one who wanted to write the nice words for the book, which I was honored. And, as a first time author, that was a really big deal. So I have Michael Pritchard at the beginning of the book. All right, the first character we meet is Sophia. Here's Sophia. Sophia came into this world full of love and hope and charm. Sophia had so many gifts and only had one arm. Life challenged her to grow and play just like the others did. She got creative, pushed ahead. She's one amazing kid. Everyone has something, something good and something tough. When your something becomes challenging, you'll find you're strong enough. Chris is our next character we meet. And you might notice that Chris has a book that says history in his hand, but his mind is other places. That's a challenge at school. Chris's mind is on alert. It spotlights all around. It hops and jumps its focus for every sight and sound. "Why don't you pay attention?" his teachers sometimes huff. Chris uses lots of strategies when focusing gets tough. Everyone has something, something good and something tough. When your something becomes challenging, you'll find you're brave enough. Here's Jaden. Jaden learned to walk and talk when he was very small, but after his car accident, he couldn't move at all. Jaden is now 22. He's seen as quite a hero. To learn to walk and talk again, he had to start at zero. And sometimes we need help, and Jaden uses a cane to help him walk, and that's okay. That's what he needs for his something. Here's Kim. What do you notice about Kim? Let's see. Recess is Kim's lonely time. She longs to laugh and play, but when she's around others, she can't think of what to say. Speech therapy helps Kim to learn the social rules of school. She's speaking up and joining in. Kids think she's pretty cool. Sometimes we need a little people help. That's okay. That might be your something. Everyone has something, something good and something tough. When your something becomes challenging, you'll find you're bold enough. Everyone means all people, the famous and the plain, the popular, the quiet kids, We struggle all the same. Here's Janie. What do you notice about Janie? Sometimes you can see people some things. I can see that Janie needs some help with her foot. Let's read. Janie has a funky foot. The pain gives her the blues. With one foot big and one foot small, she wears different size shoes. Janie has had surgeries to fix her bones and toes. Her somethings taught her a few things not everybody knows. There's some author secrets on this page. You'll find out at the end. It's okay to get mad at it and ask your something why. You can frown and shake your head, and it's okay to cry. But then you'll hold your something close, look at it through and through. Your something is a challenge and a special part of you. A lot of my students recognize John in themselves. They feel like they understand what that feels like. John's something is invisible. He tries so hard in class, he feels he's always catching up. How do they think so fast? John gets help in reading. He walks down to room 8. In small groups and with lots of help, John's reading's going great. Everyone has something good and something tough. When your something becomes challenging, you'll find you're smart enough. Here's Tia. Tia hides her something. She's popular and funny, but in her heart, she worries that her family has no money. Tia lived inside a car for months a year ago. She didn't share her something so that nobody would know. Sometimes we keep our somethings really, really hidden, and some people do a good job faking like everything's okay. And sometimes that's a smart strategy to get through tough times. But you have to remember, even the people who pretend like everything's okay, they struggle with some things too. Here's Dylan. Dylan is a funny kid who feels like he gets stared at. He worries kids will laugh at him. Dylan, you are so fat. Dylan knows what it feels like to try so hard to fit in. He promises he'll never judge a person by their own skin. Sometimes our something helps us feel what it feels like, and we remember don't do it to other people because we know that it hurts when people make fun of us. Your teacher has a something, so do your mom and dad. Over time, they've learned to see their somethings aren't so bad. It's okay to feel bummed out that your something feels unfair, but if you change perspectives, it could be a gift to share. Your story can help people who are struggling like you. Your something will show others that they can triumph too. So hold tight to your something, to your courage and your might. With time and perseverance, everything will be all right. Thank you for listening to my book. You stuck through it, and I love this book so much. I do, well, of course I do, because I wrote it. I wanted to share some author secrets with you, okay? So the first thing I want to share is just how books are made, because this is really, really interesting. So the book is printed front and back. You recognize that. But what's interesting is this front page that kind of holds the book together comes as it covers up the sticker that makes the front cover. So if you look in the corner, some of your books will have a little bit of evidence that it's a sticker as the cover, and then this page covers it up. This is where I usually sign books when I sign them to people, and I love doing that. You know, I used to practice that when I was little because I always wanted to write a book. All right. I also wanted to share with you that John is based on a real person. There's only 2 people in this book that are illustrated after real people. John is a real student. His real name in real life is Josh, and he's a grown up now. But back when I met him, he was a sixth grader, and he had to do school at home because he had a brain tumor. And they went in and they took out the part of his brain that was sick, and then he had to have chemotherapy to help him get better and get rid of the cancer. And so when he was doing chemotherapy, he was too sick to be at school. And so I would go be his teacher at his house. And I really, really enjoyed getting to know him and learn with him. And he taught me a whole bunch about staying strong and never giving up hope. And when the book was being made, when my illustrator was illustrating it, we thought Josh might be not able to make it through. We thought that he might pass away. And so I wanted to honor him and put him in the book as a character. And then he made it through his cancer. So he is a grown up now. He made it all the way through high school and he's doing a lot better. So that's one of the secrets of the book is there's two characters that are based on real life. The second character that's based on real life is my nephew Chris. So this character is illustrated as Chris looked when he was in like the end of elementary school. And now he is also a grown-up working at a grocery store and starting his life as an adult. So that is one of the author's secrets. Here's another one. Where is Miss Janie? I told you this page has a whole bunch of author secrets. So this character does not look like the person that she's based on, but she is named after my middle name, Jane. So she is Janie, and she is the character that has my same something. So I also have a funky foot, and I don't have to wear a brace right now, but when I was little, they wanted me to, and my feet are not the same size. That's my something, and they hurt all the time. And that is a challenge that definitely, just like the book says, gives me the blues for sure. Hurting all the time stinks. Being bad at PE when I was going to school, not any fun. But I did get to learn empathy for people with struggles. I did get to learn what it feels like to try your best and still not feel like you're doing enough. And those things make me a better teacher, even though they were very tough to go through. They make me a better human because I know those things. So in the story where it says she learned lots of things that not everybody knows, sometimes your challenge can teach you tough things, but also important things so that when you grow up and when you treat other people, you treat them with kindness and compassion because you understand. A couple more secrets. Are you ready? This x-ray right here in the book, that's real life. That is my x-ray of my real foot. That's my right foot. And if you look inside, if you get a copy and you look inside the book and you can see up close, there's some screws in that foot. One of those is broken into 3 pieces now. I broke a titanium screw. Makes me feel kind of tough, but it's in there and it does hurt sometimes. But hey, it's real life. Also, I had a surgeon and a doctor that I became very good friends with, and he was my podiatrist. Podiatrists help with feet, and his name is Dr. Delzato. And if you look closely, I don't know if you can see it on this video, but if you look closely, the name tag in the book says Dr. DZ, and that's for Dr. Delzato. So those are ways that I honored real people inside the book. Everybody else, my illustrator made from his imagination, but they're all based on things that I've seen in real life. So I've had kids that have had to live in cars. I've had kids that their attention's all over the place and they have a hard time in class. All of these things are real life things that I hope I included a character that you can recognize in your own life so that you can say, you know what, you're right. I can make it through. And this helps because really, truly, everyone has something. I can't wait to hear what you thought about the book, and please share this with anybody that you think will it will help them feel better, or families who might want a read aloud to talk about while they are sheltering in place. And if you wanted to buy a copy of the book, you can buy it on Amazon. And then if you email me at sarah@sarahkesty.com and tell me if you want it signed for somebody, I will definitely sign it special. All right. So please share with your family and friends, anybody you think that this would make a difference for. And I'm sending you all of my love. Take care.